the manager. So I get this phone call. I was thinking, who on earth is this guy ringing? So usually when I get a phone call from someone I don't have the number saved, I won't answer it.
Yeah.
I'll save the number and whatever, and then see if their picture on WhatsApp, or do you know what I mean? Like just sneaky, like.
Yeah, I hear that.
But nothing came up. So I was like, who is this guy? So anyway, he rang me again. I've answered. He's gone, hi, I'm Reynaldo Rueda. I'm the manager of Chile. So I'm like, are you having a laugh? Like, joking. Anyway, his number was like, because Chile is +56.
Yeah.
His number was plus something else. So I've searched his number and it was the Colombia calling code.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, manager of Chile is Colombian. So maybe he's calling me from his personal Colombian phone. He don't live in Chile yet, probably. He's calling me from his Colombian phone. So then I'm like, okay. He goes, listen, we've got a couple of games. We've got Japan and South Korea in September, and I want you to be part of that trip.
What's happening, people, and welcome to another episode of Views from Inside. Today, I am pleased and honored to be joined by somebody who's played over 100 appearances for Swindon Town. He's been called up by his national team, Chile. It's the first goalkeeper that I've had on the show, and it's an honor to be joined by Lawrence Vigouroux. How are you doing, Lawrence? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm good, brother. I'm good. First of all, did I pronounce your surname correctly?
Yeah, you done it well. You done well. I was worried for a second, but nah, you done well.
You've got them exotic surnames. What's your background then? Obviously, I said there, and we'll touch on that later on. But you've actually been called up for Chile, so
yeah,
I'm guessing that you've got Chile in you somewhere.
yeah. My dad's like Chilean, born and bred.
Yeah.
And then my mum was born here, but like her family is Jamaican. So our mum's like from Nottingham. So moved down here, met my dad, and then rest is history, basically, as they say.
So you're North London born and bred then?
Yeah, North London born and bred. Yeah, got 3 brothers, a sister. Yeah, I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest.
Then I got 2 half sisters that are older than me, from my dad. So that's like the whole family. It's a lot of us.
Quite a big family.
Yeah, big family.
So you're the one setting the example. Does any of your other siblings play football?
Nah. I'm the only one.
Serious?
I'm the only one that likes sport. The rest of them, actually, I got one brother. He's starting to like sport now. He's 18 now.
Yeah.
He's like he likes football. The rest of them, they're just not fans at all. Not at all. Like.
Okay, so that's interesting. And so, how did you get into football when you was younger?
I think because my dad, innit? Like my dad loves football, so like me and him would always go to the park, play football, just me and him.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just loved the game. But when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of football when I was really young. I used to support every team that was winning. So every Saturday, I have a new team that I support. So like, my mum would get me the shirt of whatever team. I'd support that team. And then one day, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to support Chelsea. That's it. It was before we were any good. And like, I've just been Chelsea since I was about 5. So.
Okay. And why Chelsea then? At the age of 5, why Chelsea?
I think it's because, right, where I grew up, like, it was always Arsenal or Spurs.
Yeah.
And there was like one other kid and he supported Chelsea because all his family were Chelsea. And I just looked at him, I was like, I like Chelsea, you know, like, it's not like everyone else. I don't want it to be different. I don't want to be like everyone. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, I'll support Chelsea. So from there, I just supported Chelsea. Me and him were like the only Chelsea people in school. Going through the whole of primary school supporting Chelsea. So I think it was right towards the end of primary school, we got the money in. That's like second of school for me was a piece of cake. Like
you was loving life then.
Yeah, loving it. Everyone in school, Arsenal and Tottenham and Man United, and we were winning league titles and all that, to be fair. And I used to give it as well at school. Do you know what I mean? I used to be like, yeah, we're way better than you lot. And then I remember the Champions League final when we lost to United.
Man United, 2008.
that next day, I remember it was on a Wednesday, I think. That Thursday, I got battered, man, at school, man. Ah, I used to give it. I used to give it as well. When we used to win things, I used to laugh every year. Every year in school, Arsenal didn't win something, did they? They don't win the league and whatever. Like, I used to give it to all the Arsenal fans at school, man. But that I got my karma, and it was the Champions League final. I'll tell you that.
I watched that in an airport in Miami. I was coming back from Miami, and I watched it in an airport, and I started to walk away when John Terry stepped up, because I was just like, it's done now,
won it.
innit? It's done. And then I just see everybody going crazy. I was like, what?
I lost my mind, man.
You know when
as well?
Some things I think are just meant to happen, because you can't make that up at all, man.
You can't make, and even when we won it, like in 2012,
exactly.
Drogba gives away a penalty in the semi.
Yep.
Messi misses. Drogba gives away a penalty in the final. Robin misses. Like, it's just, and then winning penalty, Drogba takes it. Like, it's just.
Yeah.
I don't understand like how it works, but yeah, you're right. Like, some things are just, it's just meant to be. Like, that year, Chelsea was meant to win Champions League.
Yeah.
You got lucky. You earn that luck in it, I think. Do you know what I mean? You always say in football.
100%. Is that like a known saying then amongst like your professional peers?
I think like I think like, you know, if you're playing well and stuff, and you're top of the league, or you're in and around it, and you're in good form, they say that you'll earn your luck. Like, do you know what I mean? There'll be one moment in a game where you go, you know what, this is our day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've had a few experiences of that, you know, like in my career playing. Like, there'll be one game where we're totally dominant. Or no. For example, we're getting battered, right? For like 85 minutes, still 0-0. And then like 88th minute, we go and score 1-0.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that was meant to happen. It's just meant to happen. We've been lucky all day. We've earned it, defended really well.
Yeah.
We've nicked a 1-0. And I think for me, they're the most satisfying wins, I'd say.
They're the most satisfying ones, yeah?
Yeah, the ones where you steal it.
You grind it out.
We've been awful today. We've been awful. And we've come away winning 1-0. I love it.
So what's the sort of talk in the changing room afterwards when you've just nicked a result like that? Is the focus on the fact that you haven't played so well, or is it the fact that you know what, we ground it out, we dug deep? Let's It'll be more of the first thing you said. It'll be more of we didn't play well today. You know, like we could have been much better than that. The good thing is we come away with 3 points, but we cannot keep playing like that and expecting to win, because it's not going to work. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
Which is good. It always keeps you very grounded. You know what I mean? Because you could easily come away from that. But it depends. Some managers might be different. They might be like, we earned that today. But I just think that's just lying. Do you know what I mean? You haven't played well and you've stole a 1-0. I think it's just better to be honest and say, listen, we can't play like that every week. And if we do keep playing like that every week, more chances are we're not going to have good form.
Exactly, you're going to lose.
You know what I mean? We're going to lose sooner or later.
Yeah, and would you expect that sort of talk from, say, like a captain or your other players as well, to sort of just be open and honest about that?
Yeah. I think as footballers you should be honest, because, you know, like, football's a bubble, isn't it? So it's like, especially when you're as a player in the changing room, you can be very like very happy with the way you're playing yourself.
Yeah.
But if the team's not playing well, like, I mean, you can almost have a full sense of oh wow, I'm doing really well, so I don't really need to worry about them. Do you know what I mean? I need to just worry about how I'm playing. And I used to be like that when I was much younger. I used to be exactly like, I didn't used to care about result, all of that sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? And then as I've got older, I've got to the point of, you know what, I'd rather win than play well. Whereas before it was, I don't care if we win or lose or we draw, as long as I play well, it's right. Do you know what I mean?
So why did you have that mentality then, Lawrence?
It was just especially when you come through an academy.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult because the results in academy football doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? Really, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, there's a league table and all that, but I've seen players score 15, 20 goals in my youth team, or do you know what I mean? And they didn't get a professional contract.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's not about how many goals, it's about how good you are, how you play every week, if you're consistent.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's why always in my head it was, as long as I play well, it doesn't matter. As long as
Yeah.
I do my job, I don't care about you lot. You lot, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not how football is in men's football, senior football. It's not like that. As an academy, of course, I understand why kids are like that. Do you know what I mean? Because even though there is a 23s league, when I was playing under 21s, 23s football, I was part of, I think, in my opinion, the best academy in the country at the time.
Who was that?
And that was at Tottenham.
Tottenham,
we were,
okay.
Yeah. I think, in my opinion, we were the best academy at my age and the couple of ages above and a couple of ages below. When you put all them together, the best players of that age groups, like the 5 years, I'd say, I think we was the best. We were beating everyone 6-7-1, 6-3. We won everything, right? We got to the final. We lost to Man United, but the results wise, it wasn't really important for us. Our manager was putting midfielders in defence just so that they can learn new positions, so that when they go into men's football, they're versatile. It was just put everyone everywhere. Do you know what I mean? And it was, and I really enjoyed it because it gave me a you understand football in a different way, that, you know, you have to play in this system, that system. You might be playing with this guy. He's not really a centre back, but you need to know your job, so then you can tell him how to play in that position. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just like, it was a good experience to come through that. But at the end of the day, I think it gives a lot of kids the mentality of, doesn't matter if the team doesn't do well, as long as I do my job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was guilty of that for a long time, but then I think now I've started to realize that, you know, I can't be in that way now. I'm 26 years old. You know what I mean? I need to be worrying about the team, because if the team wins, we get bonuses. I can pay mortgages. I can pay this. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's not selfish now. It's just, I hope the team really does well. If I'm not playing in the team, I want the team to win. Before it was, I'm not playing, I don't care about them. Hope they lose. Do you know what I mean? That's just honest. Like, that was when I was younger. Do you know what I mean? But now I'm not like that now. Do you know what I mean? It's just, you have to. Sometimes there's things more important than how you feel.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's what I learned to. I've overcome that now as I've got older.
But it's I'm guessing it's pretty much a dog eat dog world when you're an academy player, right? Trying to make it.
Yeah, 100%. Like, think of the amount of players that, and especially if you come through at a top club, where they can go, you know what, we haven't really got that many good goalkeepers. Let's just go and buy one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They've got the money to go and take the risk on someone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to be, even in training, it's like you're auditioning to play in the Premier League. Because you have to show that you belong at that level. Every single day you come in, you have to prove that you belong at that level. Do you know what I mean?
So do you think that's where some of the players go wrong, is that they're not dedicated to doing that on a daily basis?
Yeah, not even that they're dedicated. It's just that I think the demands are so high.
Okay.
That, like, for someone so young, if they're not mentally ready for it, it can kill them, like, mentally. Do you know what I mean? It can just, your head could be all over the place. Another thing as well, I'd say the Premier League is in its own bubble, separate to, like, the bubble that I'm in now. Do you know what I mean? I know my bubble is, I play football for a living and I'm very privileged. Premier League is a different. It's a different level, different planet to what I'm experiencing. So kids, if you're coming through and they're earning, let's just say they earn what a pro earns at Spurs. I don't know how much that is now, but it's not a lot of money, let's just say. And then you get thrown into the first team, your next contract's going to be thousands a week. Do you know what I mean? Because they're playing at the top level. So I think it's really hard, like, for someone that's earning, let's say, for example, £750 a week, first contract, to next contract earning 10 grand a week, for example, and 8 grand a week. Do you know what I mean? The money's massive. So then and then you get a lot of players that make that jump from the 750 to 10 grand, whatever. That's where they struggle, because now they can buy things they've never been able to buy before. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they can do whatever they want. And that's the problem. But the best players are the ones that just take that in their stride. They think that that's not enough. They keep working. They want to be the best.
Yeah.
And that's what separates, I think, a lot of players that are playing, because there's good talent in the league I'm playing in. League 2, League 1, there's good talent. It's just the mentality, I think, is the difference between those players at the top and the players that are here. Technically, they'll be a little bit better, but I don't think there's that much in it with the top players. that I've seen like in these levels, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I think
man.
more his mentality.
I hear that. So how did you get into, or how did you start off your career or your academy career at Spurs? How did you get into football at that level? Because I'll be honest, I've always been intrigued to find out how it starts off for a goalkeeper, because let's be honest, none of us start off wanting to be a goalkeeper
Yeah,
unless
no
you're
one.
Casper Schmeichel, or you know what I mean.
Yeah, or your
So
dad
how
was a
did it
goal. Yeah,
start for
you're right.
you?
To be fair, like I used to play outfield. Used to play outfield like all my life until about year 7.
Okay.
Got to year 7. I had played in goal like in my area, like in my estate where I grew up. We used to have like a massive park. We used to play Wembley. Sometimes I'd go and goal, and
Yeah.
it was alright. Like I didn't enjoy it, but it was okay. Like playing goal. Do you know what I mean? Just so that it was more so people didn't go home.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
because
yeah.
there was no
Yeah,
goal, it was
nobody
like,
wants to go in goal,
no one
innit?
wants to go and goal. We'll just go home then. I'll be like, no, I'll go and goal then. I'll go and goal. So then we play like another hour outside. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I went and goal, and then I used to do that in the estate. And then got to year 7. We had school trials for school. I didn't show up. I forgot that it was on that date.
Okay.
So I didn't go to it. I was gonna go and trial outfield. Anyway, the teacher, he come round asking people if there was any goalies because no goalies showed up or something. So I was like, yeah, I'll play and go. I just wanted to get in the team. Do you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I'll go and go. I was thinking in my head initially, I'll play and goal for a couple of games and then I'll end up going on pitch like after. I'll try and rope another guy to go and goal so I can go on pitch.
Yeah.
That was my master plan. Didn't work like that. It was just, I just ended up staying in goal from year 7 till year 10, year 11,
Wow.
early year 11. So yeah, then we just played a couple of finals for school, and like got scouted for Brentford year 9, year 8 maybe. Went to Brentford, was there for a couple of years. Good experience to be fair, like just playing other academy teams, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that was a good experience in itself. And then got released at 15, 16, and then went to college, went back to school because they had a college program where it was like I went on trial at loads of clubs as well when I got released. Didn't get into any of them.
Yeah.
Went Barnet, Stevenage, Aldershot, loads of clubs. Like didn't get in.
Wow.
Anyway, my school were linking up with Tottenham to do like a college scheme.
Okay.
So it was like train every day, but do your work every day. It was almost like you was a scholar without getting paid as a scholar.
Okay.
But you was doing college work in the school at the same time. So I was doing that. Then that first year I did it for 1 year, and then the second year I went into Tottenham because they needed a goalie. So I went in there, and was meant to be there for only a couple of weeks to help out with the goalie situation. Ended up staying for about 3-4 months. So, and then after that, I ended up training with the under 18s, but then I ended up training with the reserves, and then they just told me that I was getting a year contract.
Wicked.
So from there, like good news. Spoke to my parents about it, and then it went from there. Do you know what I mean?
So you see
the
how
next
things.
season, it changed like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Coming the next season, I'm training with my college mates last year. This year, I'm training with Luka Modric and Jermaine Defoe. Do you know what I mean? It's just in like less than 3 months. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, so it's just like you can't even write those things. Do you know what I mean? It was just being in the right place at the right time, I'd say.
Like what we was talking about, some things are meant to happen, man. If you'd have turned up on your trial as an outfield player, if you remembered, you probably wouldn't be. Not to say you wouldn't, but it would be a totally different journey for you.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, you're right. Some things are just maybe I was meant to miss that trial. And to be fair, I don't think I'd even got in outfield anyway because our school team was very good.
Oh, is it?
So,
you used to win a lot.
We used to win a lot. So it was just I don't think I even would have made it. Maybe I would have played a couple of games outfield, but not all of them.
What's Luka Modric like seeing him live?
Very, very tidy. I trained with him a lot when he was leaving to go to Real Madrid.
Okay.
Because he wasn't training with the group. He was just doing a lot of finishing. I was just training a lot with him then. He was unbelievable, but really in really tight spaces, he was really good. Like, could see he was he was destined to play like for a top team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
You wouldn't call Spurs a top team then, no?
no, they are a top team, but I
No,
mean,
I'm
like,
joking. I'm joking.
Real Madrid's and your Barcelonas and that.
Yeah.
Like, it's a different level in it. Like that level is ridiculous.
Yeah, man. And Jermaine Defoe, what was he like?
Yeah, finishing ridiculous. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, you know, if he gets it with a little bit of space, goal. Like, we used to do small-sided games, and
yeah.
like if your team scores, you get the ball back, so that your goalie, will get the ball, and then you play again. If I was
Okay.
on Jermaine Defoe's team, you had a bit of space. I'm going to get the ball. Do you know what I mean? I know I'm about to play again. Do you know what I mean? It was just, you know, he's going to score if he has space. Really good player, nice guy as well. You know what I mean? Even with Spurs, there was a lot of nice guys there. You know what I mean? You could speak to them.
Yeah, on
Like,
a level.
just like they were nice people. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, when I first come in there, I'm in my head thinking, what do I do? Do I call them first name, last name? Like when I'm training,
Yeah.
like, and I can imagine a lot of kids, like, or a lot of youngsters that ever get that opportunity will be the same. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, what'd you call him? Like Jermaine, Defoe. I just know him by Defoe. Do you know what I mean? I've never known
Yeah.
him as Jermaine. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's
So how
just
did
one
you
of them.
manage
Like,
that transition? Like you said, last year I'm playing with my mates, and then this year I'm training with these players. How did you manage that transition?
in
Because
my
I
head,
can
I almost
imagine
had to.
that's quite a lot for somebody to deal with, man.
Yeah, of
Like,
course, especially at the age as well. I was only 18, so
there you go.
it's like you go from playing a game in front of people walking their dogs and that to then playing in front of 12,000. We played Barcelona at White Hart Lane in
Yeah.
a European game. It's like, and these things are like literally in 2 months apart, 3
Wow.
months apart. So it's like, it's a lot. But then I had to go through the process of thinking in my head that, you know what, I deserve to be at this level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what helped me go through it. Because I was like, if I go through that experience and I didn't have that thought, I'd probably be thinking, what am I doing here? Like, I look around and I'm thinking, flipping hell, like, a couple of months ago I wasn't even playing here. Like, I was playing in front of no one. Like, not even my parents wanted to come watch me. Do you know what I mean? And now I've got to get tickets for half the school. Do you know what I mean? Like, to come and watch. So it was just like, but sometimes I think you have to always admit in your head that you deserve to be playing at, you know what I mean, at this level, and you deserve to be playing with these players and against these players. And I think that's what I added that to my game, and I think it helped me like massively, I'd say.
So I guess that's just having self-belief, right?
Yeah. You have to have self-belief in everything, like not just as a footballer and thinking everything that I do, I have self-belief. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, you have to, otherwise, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? If you don't believe that you have a chance to be one of the best, or you have a chance to, or that you believe that you should be with another man, another human being. Do you know what I mean? Yes, he's talented, but he's a human. Like, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you don't believe that you should be playing with that guy, then like, what chance have you got? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Where did you move on after Spurs then?
My coach at Spurs, he got a move to Liverpool because he knew Brendan Rodgers. They were definitely on their course at the same time, or they just knew each other through just being in football. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And he moved up there, and he brought me with him. And
Nice.
it was the first time I lived away from home properly, because obviously I was in digs at Tottenham, but because my parents didn't live so far away from the training ground, I'd always be home if I could. You know what I mean? But being away in Liverpool, it was the first time I was gone, like, from home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Was that
And
tough?
yeah, it was tough because I had to start washing my own clothes, cooking for myself. The good thing about Liverpool was they had a chef, like, cooking classes that we would go to.
Okay.
Like, all the boys that live alone, we'd have to go and he'd teach us how to cook just the basic pasta,
Yeah.
rice, bolognese sauce.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And yeah, we just learned from there. Like, so I
And
can
how
make a
old were you
basic
then?
spaghetti bolognese. I was about 19 then, 19,
19
20.
then. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I think I was about 20 actually. 2020. Yeah, 2021.
Yeah. Do you think that a lot of players find that difficult? Because I know
Yeah.
some players that, it's just an added pressure on top of what you're not used to, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. I think it is tough, like, especially moving out, living so far away. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's it's for me. I was so used to being at my mum's house as much as I could.
Yeah.
That now it was like I couldn't go at all. Like I could only go back if we had 2 days off. Do you know what I mean? And we hardly ever had 2 days off. So
yeah.
It was just it was tough. Like, do you know what I mean? So I was up there quite a lot. Luckily, I had my girlfriend come visit me at the time. She was pregnant though, so it was like she had to have appointments back in London. I was in Liverpool. Like it was just tough. Do you know what I mean? At the time, so it was. I was there half of the time. I was with my girlfriend, and the other half I was alone. And I was just, do you know what I mean? I was bored, and I was bored in the house, like watching. There's only so much series you can watch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like playing Xbox, playing PS4, whatever there is to do. That's it, really.
So that's the thing is that there's always like this glossy look of footballers, but it can actually be quite lonely at times, can't it?
Yeah, of course. Like, especially up there, because you don't know, like, all you have is your teammates.
Yeah.
Like, they're your colleagues, they're your workmates. Obviously, yes, they're friends as well. Some of them are friends or whatever. But you can't just
go over to their relationships, don't you?
Yeah, you can't just go over to their house. Like, the good thing for me was that another guy from Tottenham signed for Liverpool at the same time as me.
Okay.
And so me and him were like, we knew each other from before. So we had that relationship. We didn't live together, but we spent quite a lot of time together. But at the end of the day, like, he's got his own life as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like, I can't just be, we were together a lot, like, me and him. But we weren't, I didn't want to intrude on him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's at the age where, like, do you know what I mean? Men, they could be with women. They could go cinema or go on dates. And obviously I had my girlfriend, she's in London.
Yeah.
He's going on a date or whatever. Say, for example, he's going on a date with a girl.
Yeah.
I can't just intrude on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So like, those are the days I'm just like, what am I going to do?
Xbox, innit?
Yeah, like, you just got to play Xbox. You don't play PS4. And it was just tough. But it was one of them, like.
What was the setup like at Liverpool compared to Spurs?
Liverpool was a lot different to Spurs, I think, because for one thing definitely was that at Spurs we had everyone under one roof. So we had the youth team, the reserves, and the first team all under one roof.
Okay.
At Liverpool.
Are we losing you? Connection. 2020. Modern day problems. Internet connection. We are back in the house.
Wow. Don't know what happened there, man, to be honest.
Yeah, man. This, as I said, 2020 problems, man. Internet connection.
I can't even complain with everything that's going on anyway. So
trust me. You know what? I wanted to ask you anyway, man. Like, you need to let me know. Like, I heard a rumor of something that happened at Liverpool that I needed to get.
Swindon. I went back to Liverpool. Yeah. The pennies.
Yeah, come on. We gotta break this down on views from inside, man. We need to hear about this.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna write a book on it. I'm not even gonna lie, just so I can just get out there. Everyone can read about it, and then, do you know what I mean? I can never speak about it again.
Well, don't worry. We can start it off now on today's episode.
Yeah. No, it was. I was just stupid, man. I got a move. I got a great loan move to Swindon from Liverpool, like a phenomenal. Like for the level I was playing at, to get that loan, like, unbelievable. So I got that loan move down there.
So just to go back one step before we get into it, what do you mean by that? By the level that you was playing at? Why was it a good loan move?
Because I had never played Football League. And I was about 20 years old at the time.
Okay.
So it's quite young. It's quite young, especially for a goalkeeper whose peak is a lot later.
Yeah,
so,
for real.
And I went into a League One side that had just reached the playoff final. It wasn't as if I got to a League Two team that had just got promoted into League One. It was a top League One team. yeah, half the team had been sold, but do you know what I mean?
But
Still
still,
had the name of,
of
like, do you know
course.
what I mean?
Okay, so
So
continue.
yeah, it was a good loan move. Like, so I've gone
Yeah.
down there. They rang me on a Friday. We had a game on the Saturday against West Brom, a friendly. So I've gone down there, played against West Brom. Good game. I think we lost or we drew 1-1. A good pre-season game. And then we were playing Liverpool the weekend after, which was like my first team. So
that's your parent club, right? At the time.
Parent club, yeah. So we're playing them in a friendly. Stadium sold out completely. Like, playing against, I think it was Firmino's first game in England.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? It was just like they had just signed all those players. So Suarez had just gone.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, we played against them, and it was a good game. Like, I think we lost 2-1, but it was a competitive game. Like, I really enjoyed playing in it. And then after that game, I signed on loan. Like, properly, I signed a season-long loan. And just playing every game. We started the season off pretty decent. And then I got into quite a bit of bad habits while I was there. I'll come to training like a little bit late. You know, like the little 2-minute lates, 3-minute late, 5-minute late, it turns to 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
Like, you pay the fine. It's like 20 quid or whatever. And then
So
one day
you get a fine for being late to training.
So like, you pay that fine, it goes to the fines keeper, which in our case was the captain.
Okay.
And it goes towards like a team night out
or something, yeah.
Or a team event or whatever. Do you know what I mean? As long as all the squads together.
Yeah.
So like I was getting later and later and later. And one day I turned up late, right? But I had went to the dentist before, but I didn't tell anyone that I was going because I had a bad toothache the night before. I was like, I should have rang the fitness coach to tell him, or the doctor or the physio, to say, listen, I've gone to the dentist. I might be because I got the earliest appointment I could.
Yeah.
It was. We were supposed to be in at 9:30, or we had to be in at 9. Anyway, so I've gone in at 8 or 8:15, I think it was. It turned out I had a root canal, which if you've ever had one of them, you know how much pain.
I've heard about it. I've not had one, but
so I had that the whole night before. I was in pain, and then that night, that morning I was still in pain. So then obviously I went to the dentist, but sorted it all out. Got to training. I'd say about 20 minutes, like 15 minutes late. But as a goalkeeper, the goalie is going to train a little bit earlier.
See, okay.
So, because obviously they try and do a lot of goalkeeper work, and eventually they'll go with the team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've got there as the goalkeepers are going out to train.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So that's how late I was. If we were putting it into context, I wasn't late for the team training, just the goalkeepers. So if I wasn't a goalkeeper,
you'd have been cool.
I don't think it's that. I think it's like a little £20 fine. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, so I've been fined. And I refused to pay it because...
How much was you fined?
It was 150 initially, 150, because I was late for training. That the keepers had already gone out to the pitch. It was 150.
Wow.
So I've said, listen, I'm not paying it because I went to the dentist, right? And that was my story. Like, it was like, I'm not paying it. I actually did go to the dentist, but it was just like, I should have communicated it. Do you know what I mean? I shouldn't have just been like, I've gone to the dentist, word of mouth. I should have said, listen, I'm going to the dentist. I might be a few minutes late. Because the goalkeeper coach would have said, I reckon, me and the goalie coach at the time get on really well. I reckon if I would have told him, I think he would have said, all right, then we'll go out a little bit earlier. You just meet us out. Or he would have been like, okay, I'll hold training back for 15 more minutes for the goalkeepers. And then we'll do 15 minutes more at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, to make up for that lost time. Do you know what I mean? And I back then, my mentality was, it's me against everyone. Like, I don't want to tell anyone what I'm doing. Like, it's just, especially not coaches. Teammates, I'll tell them, but coaches, now I'm telling no one nothing. That's how I was. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Very so I refused to pay the fine. So I think that they thought that I had a problem, like a gambling problem or something, like where I couldn't take care of my money because they thought I wasn't paying it
because you didn't have it.
Yeah. But I said, I'm not paying it. Not because I don't have it. So they lowered it to £50. Right? So I'm like, I'm not paying it. It's not the money. I don't care. It could be £1. I'm not paying the fine. Do you know what I mean? It's like it could have been honestly, it could have been 50p. I was in my head, I was not paying it. It wasn't about the money. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it got really bad towards the end. And then like I just thought, you know what? We had training. Like so it started off on a Tuesday, for example. We
Yeah.
got off Wednesday, rumbled on into Thursday, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's still rumbling on. So I come into training Thursday. We're going doing tactical stuff. So usually I'd run to the team that's starting.
Yeah, yeah.
So I ran over to that team. The manager's gone, Lawrence, where you going? Like, you ain't playing. Like, go to the other team. So I've like lost my head. From that moment there, that was
Head's
it.
gone.
Do you know what I mean? Head's gone. Like, I was like, I'll give you the money. I'm going to pay it in pennies. And I was thinking, so while I'm training, I'll never forget it because I remember training and all I had in my head was, right, how am I going to win this battle now? And I learned as I got older that you're never going to win with your manager. It's like when you're a kid
Yeah.
and your teacher, you feel like your teacher's picking on you.
Yeah.
You ain't going to win that battle. You're not going to win it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You're going to go to speak to someone. What they're going to say? Yeah, the teacher's right. The teacher's always right. The manager in football is always right. Like, you're not going to win. You're not going to win that battle. Unless you get sacked. Do you know what I mean? Or unless something changes, like, you're not going to win. So that's how I was. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, I'm winning this battle. So the whole training session, I'm even thinking about football. I'm thinking about how can I get these lot back because I'm not playing. and it wasn't the right way to go about it. You know what I mean? And I just remember I don't remember who it was, but I think someone said like, you should pay pennies. And like, from when I heard that, I was like,
interesting.
yeah, that sounds decent. That drove to Barclays after training, gone in there, just said to the woman, can I have £50 in pennies, please? Put my card in the reader. She's gone, why do you want £50 in pennies? Like, she looked at me like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I've gone, yeah, I need it. I've got a fine to pay. Like, I'm not giving them the courtesy of giving them notes. So I want it in pennies. She's gone, wow, like, fair play. You know what I mean? Like, so I've taken she gave me 20. She's like, I'm sorry, I ain't got. And I see her, bless her, she was like a little bit older. And she's like walking with these bags.
With the bags,
right?
yeah.
And they're heavy for her. Do you know what I mean? But because we're in a bank, like, we've got the plastic, the glass in front of us. Whatever.
Yeah.
So she's like walking, like lifting it up, like
because she has to put it on the
Yeah. To let me know. And she's like, each bag is £1. Bless her. So it was £20 in pennies, £20 in 2p's, and a tenner in 5p's. But each of those little bags, I didn't know until I did this, was each of those little bags was £1.
Yeah.
So I've gone back to my apartment in Swindon, sitting there on the balcony, opened up my bag. I'm there, like, just because I didn't want to make it easy. So like, I've gone, what if I give them all these bags? They're going to know they've got 50 bags here. It's £50. Like, it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? Just give it to the bank. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to make it easy. So I'm sitting on the balcony. I remember it was a hot day. It was like warm, sunny day. Sit there, opening each bag, putting it into that bag, into my big bag.
Yeah.
So I'm opening these bags of pennies, opening these bags of 2p's, and then mixing it up. And then the next day it was a match day, and I'll never forget my fitness coach. He said to me, listen, don't do it. I know what you're doing. Don't do it, because he could hear the bag jingling. Do you know what I mean? He's gone, don't do it now. We have a match in a couple of hours. Don't do it. But I was young, innit? Like, and that's one of my biggest regrets in football, that I didn't listen. Because the thing is, you do it on a Saturday before a game, it's not funny.
Yeah.
You do it on a Monday morning after you win the game. Everyone's laughing. I can't believe this idiot brought
Yeah.
But before the game, it's like, nah, this guy's he's a donut. Like, I don't even want him near us. Do you know what I mean? He's a bad egg.
Yeah.
And that reputation, like, takes a long time to clear off. Do you know what I mean?
So how did you maneuver after that? Like, how was it for you?
It was madness. Madness, yeah, because it got somehow leaked to the press, but the press didn't write the story. So what happened was, I gave it to the guy, the fine guy, before the game.
Yeah.
We lost the game 2-1. After the game,
was you wasn't playing, was you?
No, I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
So like, I didn't care anyway. Like, I didn't care, win or lose. Like, at that point, it was just, I don't care. And so after that game, manager's fuming. Everyone's blaming me, even though I didn't play, which I understand. At the time, I didn't understand, but I understand now.
Yeah.
I've taken the bag, and and I've given notes. I'm sure I gave notes, or I gave notes when I next came in. Because basically what happened is after that, I got sent back to Liverpool. And I didn't want to drive back straight away. So I drove back on the Sunday morning. And I just remember that as I was driving back up to Liverpool, my phone just exploded. Like,
wow.
Because the Daily Mail leaked it, but the Daily Mail didn't put into their story. They didn't write the right story, basically. So I had to ring my agent at the time and say to him, listen, the story that they've got is wrong. He said, all right, well, listen, they wouldn't have just posted it if it's fake. So he's like, you can't lie to me. You have to tell me what's true and what's not.
Yeah.
So even though it was bad, like what they had written, like I had to just accept that that's the truth.
Yeah.
But the other bits that wasn't true, like they had to remove it because obviously it wasn't true. Like, but so I remember that I had to go back. So I remember them having to change the Daily Mail article, but then it got picked up by every newspaper in the country. Do you know what I mean? All the TV programs, it was everywhere. Like it was like a big debate. Like because apparently, if you have pennies, you can't pay anything more than 20p. Do you know what I mean?
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like legally, this is what I found out from my mum was telling me. She used to read all them articles. She's saying like you're not supposed to pay things more than 20p, or it might be £1. If something's worth £1, you can pay it with pennies, I think.
Okay.
But if it's worth more than £1,
then you can't.
Okay. Yeah, something like that. So that's my mum was telling me all this stuff anyway. So I found out all this stuff like that I never knew. Do you know what I mean? So
what a story, man.
It was everywhere. Like I had journalists from America, England, Germany, Argentina, Chile, everywhere asking me like for an interview just to speak about like what was going through my mind when I'd done it, whatever. And the worst thing is I've heard stories of other footballers walking into training with wheelbarrows of pennies.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, after
like,
you?
No, before me. Or it could be after me. It doesn't like I don't know. But
yeah. You've heard of it.
But because they did it in the right way, no one even hears about it except for footballers. Do you know what I mean? Whereas my experience is like the whole world knows that I'll always be known as the guy that paid the fine and pennies, and I definitely wasn't the first, and I won't be the last either to do it. Do you know what I mean? But it stick with me now. Do you know what I mean? For no matter what I do. But I think it takes a while to get that off your name, and I'm trying to get that off my name. You know what I mean? I think it will take time, but we're getting there. Do you still
think that you're even to this day that you're still trying to work to get that monkey off your back?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, of course.
Wow.
I just think it's easy to just tarnish me as that. Do you know what I mean? As the idiot that paid a fine in pennies. You know what I mean? But
you was young, because I think that's probably quite important. Is that we all make mistakes, and especially young footballers are going to make mistakes. Do you know what I mean? It's about learning from it.
Yeah, if it keeps happening, then you've got a problem. But I haven't paid a fine in pennies again. I don't think I haven't paid many fines since. I've been late a few times, but I won't be late to the extent that I was them times. You know what I mean? I won't be late again. So.
What was it like then with your teammates then after that? Did they sort of...
Yeah, I had to write a big apology. So I went back to Liverpool. Was at Liverpool for a couple of days. And then I came back to Swindon on the Thursday. Yeah. Wednesday night, training Thursday. And I had to write a big apology. I had to say, listen, boys, I'm sorry for what I'd done. I was in the wrong. I had to admit that I was in the wrong. I had to put a statement out for the fans. Yeah. And it was tough. You know what I mean? Like, because... I was only 20, 21 at the time. Do you know what I mean?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. It's young, man.
Like it was a lot of like interest in what I was doing. Like we went everywhere in England.
Big story.
Big story. Like so, like it was. And I don't like the media. I don't like stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So it was like it was just it was hard for me. Like when it was coming out and that. And so like I had to learn to not read that sort of stuff and to not even worry about what they're writing. You know what I mean? It was just concentrate on my football, which is very cliche, but it was like the best thing for me at the time. Do you know what I mean? Just worry about how I'm playing and what I'm doing on the pitch.
Yeah. What's it like then also, Lawrence, because you're a goalkeeper, so you're like the last line of defense. And I've always
Yeah,
got
yeah.
sympathy for goalkeepers because one mistake from a goalkeeper, everything
Usually a
is like
goal.
magnified. Do you know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Have you ever been in that situation where you've made a mistake and it's cost your team like the 3 points or a draw?
Yeah, yeah. I
How,
wouldn't be human if I haven't.
there
Do you
you
know what I
go.
mean?
What's that like to
Uh,
deal with, man?
yeah, it's horrible. I had one against Peterborough. I'll never forget it. And I won't ever be the person that took the ball off me. He's my teammate now. Well, he was my teammate at Tottenham. We played against each other. I was at
Yeah,
Swindon, he was at Peterborough.
yeah.
And then now we play together now at Orient. So it's like,
Okay.
well, me and this guy, he
Yeah.
would never let me forget about it. So we played Peterborough, and at Swindon, we used to play very expansively. So like, you know, the way the Premier League's playing now is very expansive, and we were like original people playing like that. So it was like the goalkeeper had to be good with his feet. And we played Peterborough one day, and we used to do goal kicks where I would give it to the centre back. The centre back would give it back. He would
Yeah.
sprint, and I would give it back to him like a 1-2.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I was a number 10 and he was a striker. But
Okay.
we're actually a goalie and centre back. Do you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
madness, but I loved it. Anyway, I took too long on the ball, and this guy I used to play with at Tottenham, he knew what I was doing. He just took it off me. He just took it off me, and he just scored. Like,
Wow, open goal.
easiest goal, open goal. Like, literally on the goal line. I was. Do you know what I mean? So just took it off me, scored, and yeah, like they're the ones that I think the score was 1-0 at the time, and we lost 2-1. So it's like I've cost the team
Yeah.
like, do you know what I mean? I've cost the team a game. It's just them ones. I think you need to have a good support base around you. I think you need to have, most importantly, you need to have a good captain, which I did at Swindon. To be fair, I had one of probably the best captain I've ever played with. There, he was very and he got it. He knew what I would be going through. He said he's been there himself loads of times. He was a defender.
Okay.
So it's just good. It's just comforting to hear those words. You know what I mean? From someone that's a bit older, like that knows it. So he really helped me out in that sense. But it was just like I come to realize that mistakes are going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just the people that make the least mistakes are the ones that will pay the highest. And the ones that don't let the mistakes affect them will be the best ones. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, so now when I do a bad kick, or say for example I make a save but I don't parry it to where I think I should do, like, yeah, I get upset about it, but after a second it's like, all right, forget it. It's
on to the next now.
Yeah, next one. Yeah, next one. Let's go to the next one. Forget about it. You can't change it, can you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't rewind time, and do you know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. So it's just.
So that's some good advice for the youth. If anybody's watching, is in how to get over a mistake, is to just move on to the next.
Of course, and of course they might think and they might go, look at Raheem Sterling, he makes no mistakes. If you were to ask Raheem Sterling, does he make mistakes? He would say 1,000,000 times he's made mistakes in his career. 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
It's not just you that, or say if I was a young kid, it's not just you that makes mistakes. Even the best, Ronaldo, Messi, they make mistakes. Like, it's just when Messi makes a mistake, he tries his hardest to win the ball back, to go again, to try and do it again. Or his teammates win the ball back, give it to him, he gets another opportunity to do it. He doesn't care about losing it before. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look at Messi, missed a penalty against Chelsea, Champions League semi-final. Chelsea go up the other end, 5 minutes later, they score, you're out of the Champions League.
Yeah.
Like, how do you recover from that? Well, he has recovered because he's won 4 more Ballon d'Ors. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, even the best make mistakes. Like, don't feel, if I was a young player, don't feel that by you missing an easy chance, or by you giving the ball away and the other team scoring, that all of a sudden you're a bad player. Nah, you're not at all. It's just you had a lapse in concentration, lapse in judgment. Show me that you've learned from it by the next time you get the ball. Do you know what I mean? That's the most important thing, because you can't change what's happened. And that's like the best advice I'd give to kids, to be fair, because especially goalkeepers. Because you might have a game where you don't do nothing all game.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you need to make one save and you don't make it. Everyone blames you, even though you've done nothing all game. Do you know what I mean? That's why they say the best goalkeepers are the ones that They don't do nothing, and they make that
And
save.
they make that save, yeah.
Save. Do you know what I mean? So it's just some. I find that as well. I find that the best goalkeepers are the ones that they don't do nothing and they make the save, because the ones that are making millions of saves, yeah, they're really good as well, but they can't switch off, because if they switch off, it's going to be a goal. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the one that's not doing anything, he can switch off. He can be like, "Oh, this is the easiest game ever." Do you know what I mean? And then the other team scores. So it's just like, it's a balancing of that, I'd say. And I think that not making mistakes, like that if you make mistakes, it's not the end of the world. A good coach once said to me when I was younger, when you do something that's not great, get yourself back in credit. Make sure the next time you get the ball, do the easiest thing you can. Get yourself back in credit.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I like that.
I think that's the easiest. I think that's the easiest
way to look at it.
The way to look at it, yeah.
So what about teammates? Because I can imagine in different dressing rooms, in different, I can imagine some teammates are not going to be like the captain that you had. That was like,
yeah, of course. Like, you might get, like, I've been lucky because, as I've been playing football, I've realised that the Southern player from South England, for example, is so different to the Northern player.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, the way that we look at football, the way that it's played, like the Northerners, when I was up in Liverpool, they were a lot more grittier. They were they loved winning the ball back.
Yeah.
And like quick counter attacks, all of that. Whereas the Southerners were a little bit more laid back.
Okay.
And we win it back, and then we have the ball for a little bit. Do you know what I mean? That's how it was. I think now it's starting to change. I think now a lot of the teams are now starting to play similarly. But when I was growing up, I used to find that playing Arsenal when I was at Spurs was a lot harder than playing Liverpool.
Because of the intensity.
I mean? Because of when you lose the ball against an Arsenal, you don't want to get the ball back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas when you lose against Liverpool, they just want to score. They're like,
okay,
they quickly want to go and score. And then if they lose it, we could have the ball for an hour. Do you know what I mean? They could just be pressing for an hour. Like, do you know what I mean? It was just the style of football was a lot more different. And you could tell that even when I was up there in the changing rooms up there, they were like, have you ever been to Liverpool?
Yeah, a few times.
The culture up there is I think it must be the only place in England like that. Do you know what I mean? It's not like London. Like in Liverpool, everything's very showy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They wear their best clothes everywhere. Like, you go to the town centre on a Saturday, girls have got their hairs in the
rollers.
Yeah. And I'm just like,
yeah.
I've never seen this in my life, ever in my life. Like, it was like I was in another country. So it was like, you go up there, and it was, as long as it's designer, it's good. Like,
yeah.
And I was thinking, but that them trainers are bad. But like, he'll be like, but they're Balenciaga. They're right. Do you know what I mean? It's just a different culture. It's not like that in London.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it a lot, but it was a very different culture. It was a big change to what I was used to growing up. Do you know what I mean? I was never like that in terms of designer. I like some designer things, but like, I was never, let me just get this because it's Balenciaga. It doesn't look good, but because it got the name, it's good. Do you know what I mean? It was just very strange. Like, I find Londoners are a lot more laid back. Do you know what I mean? Than
I hear you, man. I hear you. Lawrence,
that's not to say they're not good people, but they are good. They are good people.
Yeah, man. So the Liverpool stuff is a lot different, man, than the London. I totally agree with that. I've been to Liverpool a few times, and I guess just in any area, you just got different people and a different way of living, isn't it?
Yeah, it's different. Like, it was weird, man. But like I said before, it was like they were good people. Like, they're on the contrary, they're probably the nicest people you'll ever meet. Got there, everyone's they're so welcoming. They say hello.
Yeah.
They're not like Londoners. Londoners are a bit more.
Exactly. That's the negative of London.
Really say hello. Yeah, they won't really say hello to someone they don't know. Do you know what I mean? Whereas up there, they will. But there, it was just like, they're crazy up there, and they do love their football teams as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Like they love their football team, so they are passionate. And to be fair to them, I hope they get to win the league this year. Do you know what I mean? It's just like for that city, what it will do for that city, those people.
yeah.
I think it will. I think they deserve one. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
I think
boy,
it will do them
I'm
well.
a United fan, so let me not
You're not
speak. It's
you're not
best
going to
to not.
speak.
It's best
You
to.
lot have won enough anyway.
It's
You lot have
best to
won
not
enough
speak.
anyway.
It's
You
best
lot
to
have won
not
it enough
speak, boy.
times. To be fair. Nah, you've won it. You've won it enough times.
I hear you. I hear you. Lawrence, what was it like being called up for your country then? And what made you pick Chile over England?
I picked Chile because just purely because of my dad. You know what I mean? Dad
Okay.
was a massive. He loves Chile. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Loves
yeah.
like the football. Every time Chile play, it comes on at like 1 a.m. here. We'll be both watching it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, like it was just
It makes
yeah,
sense.
like yeah, it just made sense. Do you know what I mean? It was just always he always wanted me to play for him, and to be fair, luckily I got the opportunity. Got a phone call a couple of years ago. Was my, the manager. So I get this phone call. I was thinking, who on earth is this guy ringing me? So usually when I get a phone call from someone I don't have the number saved, I won't
Yeah.
answer it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
save the number and whatever, and then see if their picture on WhatsApp, or do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
just a
yeah, yeah.
sneaky like.
Yeah, yeah. I hear that.
But nothing came up. So I was like, who's this guy? So anyway, he rang me again. I've answered. He's gone, hi, I'm Reynaldo Rueda. I'm the manager of Chile. So I'm like, are you having a laugh? Like, joking. Anyway, his number was like, because Chile is +56.
Yeah.
His number was plus something else. So I've searched his number and it was the Colombia calling code. So
Okay.
I'm thinking the manager of Chile is Colombian. So maybe he's calling me from his personal
Yeah, yeah,
Colombian
yeah.
phone. He don't live in Chile yet, probably. He's calling
Yeah.
me from his Colombian phone. So then I'm like, okay. He goes, listen, we've got a couple of games. We've got Japan and South Korea in
Yeah.
September, and I want you to be part of that trip. So I'm like, okay. He's like, we need your details. I'm going to give you the details of the secretary, like the Chile FA secretary,
Yeah.
and you need him to send. I need you to send him all the details of Swindon, so like the secretary, the manager, the owner. Send it to
Okay.
him, and then they'll send the email saying that I've been called up.
Okay. So that's
So
how it works.
yeah, so they've communicated each other, whatever. So I've officially got the paper, the call up paper, and yeah, it was just like, wow, what the hell is going on there? Wait there, let me turn that on quickly.
Cool.
Yeah. So it was just like, wow, like what's going on? Like you've been. So I told my dad. My dad is like nearly in tears.
I
Do
was
you know what I
about to
mean? Like
say,
it's just
man,
like,
how did that feel? What did that do
yeah,
for your
like
dad?
dad's buzzing. Like he's just like, what? Anyway, with Chile, worst thing is like, so when you get that paper, it means that you're part of the 40 that he initially calls, but
Yeah.
then he cuts that to 23. So you
Okay.
don't know until it's announced if you're in the 23. Do you know what I mean?
Ah.
So you're almost having to wait. And Chile's one of those countries like they so FIFA put a date in when you have to be called, when the squads have to be announced by,
Yeah.
and Chile will announce it like literally an hour before before that deadline. England's the same. England's quite late, but like you get other countries that do it like a
I
week
do
in
it early.
advance.
Yeah, yeah,
They do it
yeah.
early doors, so like you're sweet. Like whereas Chile will be like literally in the last hour or two. So I'm like waiting, and my dad will listen because my dad listens to the radio in Chile quite a lot.
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
they'll
yeah.
play it on. It's like a big thing there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like in England, they'll have like the little Sky Sports press conference,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's
yeah.
it. Like you find out the squad through there. Whereas like in Chile, it's like on the radio, on all the channels, and they speak about it for like another a day, whatever. So yeah, like I'm just at home. My dad starts screaming, like celebrating. Like, what's
Because
going on? He's like, you're in, like,
he
you're
heard it on the
in the squad.
radio.
Yeah. He's coming, like, buzzing. I'm like, I can't believe it. Like, yeah, and then actually got the papers come through. They sent me the email of just the itinerary, the flight that I had to get on. Obviously, I got to fly there alone
Yeah.
to Japan. Had a game on the Saturday, fly on the Sunday.
Ooh.
So I flew. I don't even remember the route. I think I flew to Paris. I think I flew from London to Paris, Paris to Japan, Tokyo. I
Wow.
wasn't playing in Tokyo. We was playing in another place. So I had to take another flight from Tokyo to that place. So it was 1, 2, 3 flights. Oh, it was a long day, man. That, to be fair.
Yeah, man. What's that
Yeah.
like dealing with all of that, and then you got to go and like train and all of that? That must be
Yeah.
hard.
The thing is, like, you'd be surprised, but a country like Chile, loads of media. So we'd be training in Japan and Korea, like hundreds of cameras when you're
Yeah.
walking onto the training pitch. Obviously, I went again and was playing in America. Obviously, because America is a lot closer to Chile. Do you know what I mean? So it was full of people, like when we were training, like thousands. Do you know what I mean? All the Chileans that live in America probably were there congregating in San Diego and Houston. And where else was we? I think San Diego and Houston, where I went. And it's mad. Like, we played against Mexico in San Diego. Stadium was full of Mexicans. Like, I would say 3/4
Is
Mexican.
it?
Yeah, San Diego's on the border, innit, of Mexico and America. 3/4 of Mexican. I remember they beat us. I think it was 3-0, I think, or 3-1. I just remember when they scored the second goal, just turning around and just seeing beer flying everywhere. It was like a real surreal like experience, just being part of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you're still quite young. How old are you?
I'm 26, so yeah, still young.
In goalkeeper terms, that's like
I'm
really
like
young.
20.
Yeah,
I'm 20.
basically.
That's what they say. That's what they say anyway. Say I'm 20, 21. So I'm still young. Do you know what I mean? It's good that I've played all those games and got the experiences I have. You know, hopefully next season, whenever next season is gonna be, just get as many games as I can in. Hopefully another couple of call ups, and then go from there because we've got the Copa America next year as well. So the more
Fingers
games
crossed, man.
hopefully be part of it. Because I was on standby for the last Copa America, which
Was
was
you?
last
Oh,
year.
wicked.
So I got the letter, so I was buzzing. I remember season was over, and I was playing with a couple of my friends in Power League, which is like 7-a-side. Do you know what I mean?
What,
And at
Finchley
half
won?
time, I was playing in Trent Park, Oakwood.
Okay, yeah. I snapped my Achilles there.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be playing there again.
You won't be playing there again. I won't be playing there again then either. and it was half time, and checked my phone and had the email, and it was like, you've been reserved for the Copa America. I'm thinking, what? Like,
wow.
My friends are buzzing. Like, we think we lost that game. We were winning at half time. I definitely know we lost after.
Yeah, head's gone. You're not even on it no more.
I was even, because I was playing on pitch. Like, so it's just one of them. Like, I ain't getting injured for no one.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
3-1-1. Go on, mate. Like, yeah, go and score. I'm not involved, bro. Do you know what I mean? So it was just, I think we lost after, and I didn't end up getting the call. My dad watched it. He was gutted, but you know, like for me playing in League Two to be, do you know what I mean? Like if someone gets injured, I'm going.
Yeah, man.
To an international tournament with the likes of Messi, Neymar.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? So it's just, and I was really happy because they came fourth, which was going into the tournament under this manager. So the manager that's the national team manager now, the Colombian guy.
Yeah.
We haven't been great. Form-wise in friendlies.
Yeah.
We got to the Copa America and he was getting battered by the press, which is another reason why I don't really like the press, because when you're doing really bad, they're the first ones. And then when you do good, they're like, oh, I can't believe this guy's unbelievable. When 3 months before...
So fickle.
Yeah, fickle, really fickle. Because before the Copa America, they wanted him out. Then Chile got to the semi-final and it was like, oh, what a manager. We knew that he was going to be the best manager. You know what I mean? It's just like, even when I was there, he was getting battered the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they got to semi-final. They lost to, so I think it was Peru, I think they lost to in the semi-final. And then they played Argentina in the 3rd and 4th place playoff, which they lost. So like they can't even really complain, because going into it, they were saying they're not going to get out the group.
Yeah. So they did really
they got
well.
To semi-final, done really well. So there's another Copa America next year, and then there's World Cup qualifiers. So they're gonna have to squeeze that in quite quickly, because the World Cup is in a couple of years, and it was supposed to have started already, the qualifiers. So we'll just have to go from there.
What's it like then, playing for like a manager so whether it be the Chilean manager or your club manager, when they're under pressure, does that sort of seep down to the squad and the players, or are managers quite good at shielding that from the players?
I think, you know what, the managers that I've played for, you could sense there was pressure,
Yeah.
but you never ever feel it.
Okay.
Which I think is for the manager I've played with is a very good trait to have. I think there might be some managers that don't hide it as well.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? But all the
yeah,
ones I've played under, you know there's pressure because you know the team's not doing well,
yeah,
or you know that we're losing games that we shouldn't be losing,
yeah,
and you know that you probably think, oh, you might be gone now. You all have those conversations on the coach where you've just lost to someone, you lost 3 in a row, for example, and you go, you know what, oi, quietly, oi, manager under pressure here.
Is
Do you know what I
it?
mean? We all have
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
We all
yeah.
have those conversations, but you know, like the managers that I've played for, they've never really shown me, or like they've never really made it clear that they're under pressure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they're really good. I think they're really good at hiding it. Do you know what I mean? So I think you have to be. I think you have to be really strong, and you have to believe in what you're doing. Because if you don't, the moment you don't believe in it, the
Yeah.
players can suss it. They'll suss it straight away.
Do you
And it
think that
almost,
players down tools for certain managers as well?
nah, not in my experience.
Yeah.
Not in my
Okay.
experience. I've never seen it, but
Yeah.
I
Because I'll
reckon
be
it could
honest with
happen.
you, I've this whole down tools in thing seems to be like a new phrase that has come of over the last
Yeah,
couple of years. Because I never heard this before. Now all of a sudden, down tools, players are down tools. So yeah, it'd be
yeah.
good to get somebody who's actually inside
Get
the
that.
game to give their opinion on it.
I don't think it's a thing. Do you know what I mean? I think it's like, yeah, there might be some players that don't like the manager, but I don't think they jeopardize, because if you play rubbish, like you're not just playing rubbish for your manager, you're playing rubbish for other
Yeah.
potential people that want to buy you.
Exactly.
Do you know what
That's
I mean?
true. Yeah.
So I don't understand why someone would do that. Do you know what I mean? Unless maybe had a massive vendetta against the manager, but then manager wouldn't play you anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think that's a thing, that downing tools. I just don't. I just can't see it because
Yeah.
it hurts you more than it hurts him. Yeah, he gets sacked, he gets his pay up, but you're still at the club. Team's not doing well. You're in a rot at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
How do you save yourself? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, good. So you've never been there in a situation where you've got a player that's come to you and said, "Oh no, I don't fancy. I can't be asked today. This manager's getting on."
Nah, never.
Yeah,
No, never had that. And to be fair, if I did, I'd grill that guy. I'd be like, "What are you on
yeah,
about? Like, mate, we need to win. Like, I don't care about how you feel, mate. You know what I mean? Like, if
yeah,
you have a problem, go chat to him on Monday.
yeah.
Like, because there's when I was younger, there was moments where I'd be like, I don't even care, man. I don't even care about winning or losing. Like, in terms of, who cares about, it's just League One. As long as I play well, I don't care. Like, and
Yeah.
other people would be like, this guy's an idiot, man. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't trust this guy. Like, football is a lot of word of mouth. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's a lot of like, people speak to each other. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you need to be, especially like, you need to be very smart and careful about what you do. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you got to be yourself, because if you
Yeah.
can't just be fake, but you got to be very careful about, do you know what I mean, about
Yeah. Just got to
what you
maneuver in
show
the
out
right
there.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Like, I don't think like the down in tools, I don't think is part of it, but I feel like some people, they may not. Yeah, say if you don't like the manager, for example. Yeah, like most those people that don't like the manager are the ones that ain't playing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think if the manager's picking you, why are you going to be upset with him? Do you know what I mean? You're playing,
Yeah.
you're getting the appearance fee, you're
Yeah.
getting this, that. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that down in tools, I just don't see it.
Cool. Well, a few more questions before we wrap up, Lawrence. Just
Yeah,
wanted to move into the part of the show now where want you to just give out some advice for any of the young ones that are watching.
yeah.
So, from a professional perspective, what advice would you give to a young up and coming player that has to deal with rejection from not making that trial, rejection from being released from a club? What's the best way to deal with that?
Well, for me, the best way is like, the best way to deal with rejection is that, yeah, the most important thing is that football is a game of opinions.
Okay.
It's not it's not something where if you're rubbish at, or if this person doesn't think you're good at it, or this person thinks you're rubbish, that's not a general view. It's just that guy's opinion. Which is why football is a beautiful sport, because there might be managers that think that I'm not great. But there's a lot of managers that will say, "No, I really like the way he plays." And that's the beauty of football. It's not like a job, for example, in, let's just say you work anywhere and you're not good at it. And the only way that you can only be either good or bad at it. It's not like that in football. In football, it can be, I don't like this guy, so I don't want to sign him for this club. But this guy over here, he really likes you. He'll sign you. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I feel like dealing with rejection, it's like it can be a lot harder than what it can be a lot. It can be very hard. But I feel like for a lot of kids now, especially in the day and age we live in, with there's different styles of football. When I was growing up, there was only one real style of football.
It's changed a lot now.
Exactly. If you can't play in that style, you can definitely play in other styles, and other teams play that style. Do you know what I mean? So if you do get released at whatever age, it's not one of them where you go, "I'm not good at football." Nah, you didn't fit at that club at that time. That guy, he just didn't want you there. There's other people that will 100%. And as long as you work on your craft, you're not lazy, you want to be the best that you can be, like, sky's the limit for everyone. Do you know what I mean? That's how I've always looked at it, like, in that sense.
Wicked. And that actually brings me on to the next one I was going to ask you, actually, is what advice would you give to somebody about developing their game and how they can develop their game?
For me, when I was growing up, like, obviously I didn't really like goalkeeping when and I openly admit that, like, when I was 13, 14, 15, maybe all the way up to 18, 19, when I was signed, I liked playing in goal, but I loved more playing with my feet than making saves. I mean, I think that's why I'm quite a modern goalkeeper. But for me, when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of Valdez, just watching him, the way he played, because it was more for him. He was making the odd. Remember, we was talking about earlier. He makes one save a game. 99.9% of his game was with the ball. What do you do with the ball, Victor Valdez? What do you do with the ball? I watched a lot of him. Do you know what I mean? And as I got older, I got to play against him. When we played a reserve game for Liverpool, he was at United. And luckily I could speak Spanish. And I said to him after the game, "You were like a reference for me growing up, because you was always so good with your feet. You made one save a game, 2 saves maximum a game, and all your game was with your feet." And my advice for kids would be, find someone that's very similar to the way you play. And just watch as much as you can. Watch what they do. Watch when they get into a bad situation, how they deal with it. Because I've seen Valdez give the ball away and another team go on and score. What does he do the next time? Does he just kick it long? No, he keeps trying to do the right thing that he's been taught. Do you know what I mean? So that for me, if I'm a kid now, say for example I was a kid now and I wanted to play the way I do, which is very good with the feet, make the odd save. Do you know what I mean? I'd be watching Ter Stegen. Every single minute I get free that I'm not outside training, I'd watch Ter Stegen. And not just watch the good, because you have to see all of it. Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
Like, back then, obviously, my mum and dad, we had Sky Sports towards the end, but in the beginning, we didn't have Sky Sports. So I was like watching streams of Barcelona. But I'd always watch it. I always take 2 hours of my day to watch Barcelona live. Get that out of the way. How did Valdez do? He was very good with his feet. He made one mistake, I thought. And then it's almost talking to someone about it, especially kids at clubs. If there's a young kid that you're at a football club now, all your coaches, they will listen to what you're saying. Do you know what I mean? I had that relationship with my goalie coach growing up. I used to speak to him. I'd be like, you know what? I thought Valdez could have done better here. And the good thing was, at Spurs, we used to have computers, like 20 computers. We could watch. They would clip up everything. So I could watch all the clips. And then I'd write down on a paper, I'd say, I think Valdez could have done better here, this minute of this clip. And then we'll watch it together. And then he'll give his opinion. and then we'll work on it in training. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, if
Wicked,
you're a kid,
wicked.
if you're a kid at that club, I think that's the best advice you can get. Do you know what I mean? Use the technology, because when I was younger especially, it was just coming in.
Yeah.
Now it's unbelievable now. Do you know what I mean? The amount of technology clubs have now. Do you know what I mean? They can watch anything. If you think you're quite a skillful player, watch Neymar. Do your skills. Do your tricks. Like, watch what Neymar does. Does he do tricks for the sake of doing tricks? A lot of people say yes. I don't think he does. But he gets in the right areas. He does it at the right times. Then he'll do his trick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just work on your strengths, especially, and then your weaknesses. I think you need to have at least 2 things or 3 things that are 10 out of 10s.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Work on that. Make sure that is a 10 out of 10. Then work on your weaknesses. Then mix it all up. You become a really good player. That's my advice, I'd say.
Wicked. Love that, Lawrence, man. Love that. What about preparing for games? What advice would you give to the young ones coming up, preparing for games?
Just treat it like it's like any day. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to treat it just because it's a match day. Treat it any different. Do you know what I mean? I would say, for me especially, I don't try to think about games. Like, I get nervous. Everyone gets nervous. It's natural. Even when I go to play Power League with my friends, I'm nervous. Like, it's just, I feel like that fuels me to play. Do you know what I mean? So if you are feeling nervous, don't feel like, oh, I can't believe I'm nervous, man. Like, everyone else in here is not nervous. Nah, they are nervous. They're just showing it in a different way. Do you know what I mean? They're showing it completely different. So it's like, some people, they're loud. Some people need music. Some people wear headphones. Some people, they want to get ready really, really quickly. I've noticed this all in my career. Like, so I've seen people, they get ready an hour before the game. They're in full kit. Like, I'm like thinking, what are you doing? Like, I've seen other guys. I'm one of them. I get ready right before I'm supposed to go and warm up. I'm still in my tracksuit until 5 minutes before I warm up. And I'm quickly getting ready, which is not great, because I don't know why I'm like that. But I just like to walk around, go and look at the pitch. Some people, they want to listen to music. Some people have their headphones in. Some people watching a documentary on their phone. We're all different, but we're all human. We all feel nervous.
Yeah. Hear that, man. Hear that.
And the people that say they're not nervous, they are nervous. They're just
lying.
saying they ain't. Of course. Even I'd say the best players. You think people like Messi and that not nervous before a game? Of course they are. Like,
must be.
He's got the whole world watching him.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, man. But some people, it spurs them to do well. And if you're nervous, for me, I lose the nervousness as soon as I touch the ball in the game. So I get my first touch. It could be a bad touch, where I take a touch and I kick it out for a throw in. But after that, I go, you know what? That's it.
Yeah. We're game time now, isn't it? Game time was on.
Game. Like, there's sometimes, there's been one game I played, I didn't even touch the ball. They scored before I even touched the ball. They scored that quick. Do you know what I mean? Then after, I'm like, oh my God, man, when I touched the ball, it could be 2-0. You know what I mean? But nah, like, you can't. That was when I was much younger. I think now I get into games, like, I'm very, very laid back, for you personally. And I'm not saying it's the right way to be, because there is no right or wrong. Like, if you feel like you need to, some people want to read the program. If you feel that that's what gets you in the mood, I've got I put my left shin pad on first, my left sock on first, my left boot on first.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then but I'm right-handed. I'm left-footed and right-handed. So I put my right glove on first. But then
you're left-footed and right-handed?
Right-handed, yeah.
Wow.
So I'll put my right glove on first. And when I put my shirts on, my T-shirt, I put my right arm in the sleeve first. Weird, that is weird. And I put my left foot in the trousers or in my shorts first. Even in everyday life. Like, say I'm putting on my shirt, this T-shirt, I would have put it through my right. And I'll put my tracksuit bottoms that I'm wearing now on, I'll put that, my left foot will go in first. It's just,
everybody's like different, isn't it?
Everybody's different. Like, that's my routine in everyday life. I do it before games. I do it in everyday life. It's just how I've always been. Do you know what I mean? I take my left boot off first, my right boot off second. It's just weird. Like even when games are done, I'll always take my right glove off first. Even if, say, if my right hand was hurting and I wouldn't be able to take my left hand off first before my right. My head wouldn't allow it. It wouldn't allow it. But that's just how I relax before games. Some people are a lot different, you know.
I hear that, man. What would you go on?
Yeah, go on. No, I was just gonna say, like, in that instance, there's no right or wrong answer.
There's no right or wrong. Wicked.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like if you feel nervous, don't feel like you're the only nervous one, because you're not. Like 99.9% of the time, you ain't the only nervous one. Some people are just showing it a lot different.
Nice. Well, what advice would you give then to a 10-year-old Lawrence? What advice would you give?
You know what? To be fair, I'd tell him enjoy the game even more than you are. Even though I loved it, I loved the game back then. I was going out every day playing football, but I would say just to enjoy it more, not to get swayed to do the bad things. Do you know what I mean? Like, I lived on an estate. Like, we used to go and like mess around, go to shops, take stuff, run away. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I would have just said, go and play football. But if you ain't playing football, don't leave the house. Do you know what I mean? But I was just at that age where I was just on the street all day, man, just playing either football or playing other games. Or I would just say to myself, don't get distracted by the other stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just play football.
Yeah.
To be fair, I even got in trouble for playing football because I used to go and play football after school, and I didn't used to come home when I was in year 6. I didn't used to come home till about 9 at night. And my mum would be like, "Where have you been? It's way past your bedtime. Like, what are you doing?" But it was like the first year I could go home alone. Year 6. Because they was getting me ready for secondary school. And my mum was like, I used to go to the cage next to the school.
Okay.
And just play football all night. Like from 5 till 10, 5 till 9, 5 till 8. I'd just be playing football. Do you know what I mean? And my mum lost her mind at it. But that was just because I loved the game. I just wanted to play football all day as much as I could. Do you know what I mean? So
that seems to be a common theme from professionals that talk, though, is that when they talk about the early days, they talk about that love for the game and that they'll play. And if you saw him, he's always playing. I guess that's what it's got to be, isn't it?
Like, I think a lot of the kids now is different, man, because there's a lot of, you know, back when I was growing up, I make it seem like I'm some old man, but I'm only 26. But back when I was growing up, we didn't have online games. Like when I was 10, 9, 8, 11, do you know what I mean? We didn't have online to go and play Fortnite or whatever.
True that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so we didn't have that at all. Only when I went to secondary school, we had online. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that was like maybe year 9, year 8, year 9. So it was like, I just used to playing on the street, man. Like, was the best. That was my online. As for kids now, like, I drive past. Me and the missus, we go and not recently, but we drive. We drive like round where my mum used to live.
Okay.
And there's a massive AstroTurf there. I don't know if you've heard of it, Whittington Park. I don't.
Yeah. No, in Whittington Park.
I used to go there.
Astro's there now. Yeah.
Yeah, the Astro. Yeah, I used to go there every Saturday, every Sunday, every Saturday afternoon around 3 or 4, and every Sunday morning I'd go there when I was in secondary school.
Yeah.
I drove past there the other day. No one there. Like, not the other, but before the lockdown. Hardly anyone there. Like, because kids want to be playing. They want to be playing games like on the PS4 or the Xbox. They don't want to be on the street playing football. But for me, that's all I knew. Like, do you know what I mean? Market Road every Friday night. I'm there. That was me. Market Road, Whittington Park, Saturday and Sunday. It's just, I didn't know anything different. So that's why when people say, a lot of the kids growing up, they love the game. We did love the game, but nothing else to do. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear that.
All we had was football. Like, so it was just, and football did save a lot of people, especially the ones that lived in worse estates than mine. Do you know what I mean? Football would save you. Oh yeah, don't hurt that kid. That kid plays football. Like, leave him. Like, he's a good kid, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like a lot of kids now, they're outside on the street, but they're either outside on the street for the wrong reasons or they're inside playing games. There's no
medium.
There's no medium of this guy's going out to play football. He's going out to play with his friends. Do you know what I mean? So it's just, it's sad. It's sad because obviously I've got a son as well. He's nearly a year and a half, and I wonder what the world's going to be like when he's 10,
Yeah,
11. You know
yeah,
what I
of
mean? Like
course, yeah.
what are kids going to be like? Are they going to be on the street, back it again on the street playing games, or are they just going to be inside? I look at my little brothers, and my little brothers, they play games all day. You know what I mean? And it's like, you want them to go out. They don't want to go out because they're not used to it. Like this, they're just not street kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear that, man.
So it's
Wicked.
sad. I just hope that, yeah, I just hope that, you know what I mean? Like that when my son's older, he is not exactly the way I was, but you know what I mean? I just want them to have that they can go on the street and play football with their friends, and like they can talk about the games that happen on the weekend. That I used to love going to school on a Monday, for
And talking about
example,
football, yeah, man.
and talking about Super Sunday. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
love that.
yeah,
Now I
yeah,
don't think they even talk about it. They might talk about it for 5 minutes, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, did you see the new guns that are on Fortnite?" Like it's like, what are you on
yeah.
about? Like, I
That
used
was
to
the thing.
love
It
it,
was all about football chat when you're growing up, man.
especially on the Monday. Like, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
You go in on the Monday, all you can talk about is the football on the Sunday. Ah, mate, what a goal from Essien. I'll never forget it, that Essien won against Arsenal.
Where
Oh,
he
you see
hit
that
it
goal?
top bins sort of thing,
Top bins,
where
like,
he
yeah,
curved it.
curved it. Like, we were
Yeah,
unbeaten at home, and Arsenal went 1-0 up, and we scored that to draw 1-0.
yeah.
Coming on the Monday, buzzing because they didn't beat us. Like, buzzing, we were still unbeaten at home. Like, that's just what I lived for at school. Do you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
Champions League, Tuesday night, ITV. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Wednesday now, whatever it was. Yeah, can't wait for the football. Thursday, Europa League, Channel 5. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I used to love it so much, man. Literally, that was what I lived for school. Like, do you know what I mean? It wasn't even actual lessons, bro. It was about more the
Football.
football that happened.
Well,
But
man,
a lot of kids now is different. But yeah,
I can see the passion in you, man, and that's why you're there where you are. And as you said, man, just 26 years of age, I'm like hoping that you can, you know, continue your journey, man, and see where it takes you
yeah, see what
because
happens.
you got a long way left to go, man, in the game, and you obviously love it. So can't see you bowing out anytime soon, man. So yeah,
No, not yet.
good luck with the future, and I hope that you definitely make it to the Copa America as well, man. That would be proper
Thank
sick.
you. Yeah, yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
That'll be where can they find you, Lawrence?
My Instagram is Lawrence V93. Twitter's the same. So they're the only two I have at the minute.
Okay, wicked,
So
mate. I'm telling you, it's been my eyes. I'm like struggling with hay fever these days, man. But anyway,
yeah, everyone's been saying the same.
we keep it moving. No, it's been an honor to have you on. I really appreciate it. You're the first goalkeeper that I've had on the show, and I hope you've enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
You dropped a lot of good nuggets and advice for the people. Them, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
man. Thank you very much. And that is Views from Inside People. That was Lawrence. I'm
Thank
Sempt.
you.
Until the next time, man. We're out.
Cheers. Thank you.
Peace, man.